What's up, y'all, and welcome to a message from deep space. This is a game about translating alien language. I played the demo of this, thought it was great, and just saw it came out today, so I thought I would make some videos on it. I haven't seen much out there about it, so wanted to kind of sing its praises and get more information out there, and hopefully get other people interested in the game. So just jump in here. So let's see, mission translator. What is your name? Let's go with something kind of funny. Let's say Dr. Bees. An old video. Let's see, right click, continue. Let's see what do we have here. That must be the path of the meteor going through space. Wow, I can see my house from here. Okay, let's see. I'm Dr. Douglas Doppler, head of material science for the American Space Agency. Is there anything that's called the American Space Agency, not NASA? Wonder if there's a reason for that. Anyway, I'm joined by astronomer Ackers, computer programmer Dr. Batista, linguist Dr. Collins, and translator Dr. Bees. So why are we here? Morning, May 13th, 1973. So 1973, so this is after the post-moon landing, so we're pretty far in space program-wise. We'll begin the investigation of the world's first extraterrestrial contact. So we're not alone. We're the first to know. 10 days ago, a meteor crashed down in Cape Espenberg, Alaska. Though this is beyond my expertise, meteors land quite often. What's the cause for investigation? This meteor has an antenna, from which is broadcasting a radio transmission. Single signal, lasting about, let me see, 0.8066 seconds. Then it pauses for just as long and repeats again. The antenna was not added after recovery? Nope. Geoseismic stations detected the meteor's crash landing. Then a naval boat immediately picked up the unusual signal on its radio, before the meteor was ever recovered. Without a doubt the work of an extraterrestrial life form. Advanced one at that. Signal transmits for 0.8066 seconds, then pauses, then resumes. Your hypothesis? Waiting for a response. The signal, what frequency are we looking at? It's roughly 1.42 million kilohertz. Then we are lucky that a world-class astronomer like me is here. Dr. Ackers, this means something to you? It's the hydrogen line. Hydrogen atoms, when their electron changes spin, they release electromagnetic radiation, and it's always at exactly that frequency. 1,420,405 kilohertz. Interesting. And I have seen this before. I want to say with something with the Golden Record and the Voyager probe and all that. I think they did something similar with like hydrogen and numbers and making that map of where Earth is on the galactic scale. See, that's beyond my expertise. Put simply, what is significant about that frequency? It's a universal constant. So it's the same frequency every time, everywhere, no matter where you are in the universe. Like I built the right team with you for. Dr. Batista, take them to the control room, get the team set up on the computer, and start broadcasting transmissions. What do we broadcast? That's up to Dr. Bees. Figure out what it is the aliens want to say and cover their message for all of humanity. That's your mission. Good luck. Alright, so, yeah, random meteor crashes down, starts bustling out some radio signals, and we get to figure out what they mean. Here we go, Meteor OS. I gotta say, I love the sound design, the looks of this game. The blips, the blobs, and all very, like, retro, 70s, very cool stuff here. So let's see. So I played the tutorial, so I'll just break it down. It's pretty simple. Here's the output, so this is what the meteor's sending to us. And then respond is what we send back. So first thing is, here's that number they're talking about, the 1.4 million whatever kilohertz signal. And I know that, you know, everyone's going to be like, well, let's start off with hello. So let's try it. Hello. Hello, alien. One, not a number, hello. Okay, so it wants us to respond with a number. Let's see. Starting off the right foot with the aliens. Yes, but it's unlikely to know English or any human language. Yeah. Guess we'll stick to numbers. So yeah, let's just parrot back what they're saying to us here. 142-040-5752. 142-040-5752. Alright, boom, new signal. Let's see what they have to say. Whoa, the signal changed. So the meteor isn't just repeating. It's really waiting for someone to respond. Really is something out there. I still can't believe the signal really changed. I can. Huh? I can believe it. We read the frequency and transmitted it back. Party pooper. Yeah, I like how the different doctors do have different little personalities here. Okay, so let's see. I guess let's just do the same thing. 142040 406008. See what they give us back. Okay, same thing. So this is the same as the first message. 5752. Okay, same thing but 53 140 142. Sorry, 753 this time. Let's see what they have to say. Another transmission. I wonder what this means. It means we can do monkey see, monkey do. Acknowledgement, the first step to communication. Batiste is just the party pooper. Yeah, so from what I understand, our assumption is that the aliens are testing sort of our comprehension. So they're starting with, can we say back what it's sending us? Do we understand the signal? And clearly we are showing yes, and we can differentiate the signal. So 2, 3, 4. So now they're going to test our pattern recognition. So obviously we want to go 575. 140 5755. I love the different noises for the different signals and everything. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, Batista, Dr. Beast figured that one out. It wasn't just repeating the inbound signal. No snarky comment? Congrats. What? That's all you have to say? No winning with you, party pooper. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go 8. So 1, 4, 2, 0, 4, 0, 5, 7, 5, 8. All right, nice. Okay, we have a lot here now. Okay, computer updated. What are those new tabs on the left display? The update. Allow me to reiterate what exactly in those tabs. Open them. Looks like one's a history of our transmissions. You can put the response in there, and the other's just a history of the auto log. Everything we've said. This will go in here too. So I can go blah 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 blah. Stop clogging the log. Fine. Blah. I'm ending the recording. Okay, so this is what they have said, right? So we can go back if we miss something. Go back and look at that. And then the transmissions, this is what we've been sending back and forth, right? So here's our previous messages. So what are they looking for here? So 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6, 0, 7. Okay, perfect. See what we got. So 2, 4, 6, go 8, 5, 7, 5, 8. At this point, I assume they're just testing we can do basic patterns, right? Doubling. Okay, compiler updated. The what? How the radio signals compile on the screen. I've updated it. The incoming frequencies now display minus roughly 1.4 billion. The real frequency of the latest signals are those numbers plus about 1.4 billion? Yes, and we can input those smaller adjusted numbers into. Input a signal of 142.040.5752, input 0. That means no more memorizing a bunch of digits before flipping between screens due to, well, your poor programming skills. Update the computer and I'm thanked with an insult. Maybe you'll see less improvements on the workstation. Hey, don't catch me in the crossfire. Sorry, Dr. Collins. Yeah, so now we have it simplified, right? So we don't need the whole number to represent the string. Oh, so yeah, they already changed it in our old transmissions as well, but instead of the whole 142 blah blah blah, now we're just registering the difference in the signal coming from the meteor. So the difference between the hydrogen line signal, is these separate numbers, right? So 6, -2, 5, -2, 4. So 6, 5, 4, 3, go 2. Okay, beautiful. And let's see what Dr. Doppler has to say. Douglas Doppler. Gotta love the double names like that, like a superhero. Alright, welcome. Dr. Ackers, Batista, Collins, Dr. Bees. I've been looking forward to this all week. What do you have? We've received new transmissions. The frequency's changed a lot. Oh really? That's fantastic. So what did the meteor say? The meteor has established a communication protocol. They started a call and response game. Explain. They send a transmission, leaving a gap for us to fill in. If Dr. Bees fills it in with the frequency they are expecting, we are treated to a new transmission. Interesting. They're towing us along. What are these new frequencies? Anything special? Special frequencies have been rising as high as 7 Hz above the hydrogen line and as low as 2 Hz below. Sorry, 7 Hz? Could you articulate that? Well, you're in luck that I'm here. Get on with it. The electromagnetic waves that the meteorite is broadcasting oscillate at a given frequency. The meteorite spewing out a wave of energy, and the energy goes up and down. Our antenna basically counts how many times that wave cycles up and down per second. That gives us the frequency that we measure in cycles per second, or hertz. But the frequency we see is 7 Hz above the hydrogen line. We're counting 7 more cycles in the wave per second. Right on. So why is it 7 Hz higher? Hertz is a unit based on the second, a human-created time experiment. Time unit. There's nothing particularly special about the second. No reason the other alien civilization would use it, right? I'm cheating. Oh, hey Batista, probably shouldn't tell your boss that. Hertz is a misnomer. Since each signal is transmitted for 0.8066 seconds, I use that as our denominator. So it's not really hertz, you're measuring an alien hertz. The baseline is the hydrogen line in hertz, while the offset frequencies are offset by alien hertz. You're using the alien second unit. You're not half bad, Batista. Our antennas detect differences in frequency at 0.8066 seconds. I was unaware such extreme narrowband radio receivers existed. Me too, until about a week ago. Our antenna reliably records down to 0.1 hertz. And these aliens are really pushing it. We can't perceive much smaller divisions in the wavelength. It's a good thing we've got one of the highest precision radio receivers and transmitters in the world. It's a lot of pressure, yep, but maybe there's something to keep in mind. Everyone wants to know what humanity's first alien contact has to say. Everyone wants to know what they're like. The whole world's counting on you for. Do your best. Remember that. We'll do, Dr. Doppler. You know we will. So this is interesting. So, yeah, basically we're using some crazy advanced antennas to try and understand this message. We're already pushing it. Transmissions 9, word 0, total transmissions 9, total word 0. So we learned no new words. Groups completed hello world. So that would be the first chunk, is just the sort of tutorial. Alright, Alan's journal. Status, hopeful. I think this mission might just be right place for me. I've already caught on the hydrogen line frequency even no one else did. That's pretty swell if I might add. Lisa says, this computer system rocks. Carrie says, dear diary, I think I'm still in disbelief. An alien encounter in my lifetime, and I'm the linguist acting in an advisory role. I'll make the most of this experience. I'll serve this mission to the best of my duties. And Douglas Doppler says, the team's off to a good start. I definitely picked the right four for this mission. Let's see, what would Dr. B's thoughts be? Probably just B's, to be honest. So there you go, Act 0. So that's basically a tutorial. First contact, and boom, the message from deep space. Let's go into Act 1 here. Let's see, back to Meteor OS. Boot up the old system. Okay, so what do we have here? We got 0, 1, 2, 3. The negative 2s are like kind of spacers, basically. We also have a new tab here, ideas. So let's see. The update worked. Yay! You updated the computer, didn't tell anyone? There was a pop-up for Dr. B's. Good grief. This way we'll not interrupt their train of thought. We can just say we have an idea. Is that what we were working on all night? Oh, yes. Another update is in progress. Respect your dedication, Dr. Batista. Yeah, so basically, if we ever get kind of stuck, this is a good place to kind of get a point in the right direction, is the Ideas tab. So yeah, let's take a look at this message. So, looks like -2 is just sort of like a gap. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to 10. Thing. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So they just skip 8 and 9, I guess. Good golly, I'm just realizing this is one hefty message. 40 signals, 0.8066 seconds each. Half a minute of signals then, huh? Quite hefty. Yeah, pretty long message from the aliens. I turn this down a little bit here, let me see. There we go. Let's see, so the 2's kind of a gap, so ignore the -2's, I guess. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're missing 8 and 9, 10, 11, 12. So I guess let's try skipping 8 and 9. So we just go straight to 20. Let's see. Alright, looks like that was correct. So they don't have an 8 or a 9. 75, 76, 77. So if they don't have an 8 and a 9, it would just be 80. But if they don't have an 8 and a 9, then it would just be 100, right? 25, 76. So 1, 0, 0. Let's match their syntax here. Beautiful. 1, 2. Signal -2. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Doesn't seem to function like a number. Dr. Ackers, Dr. Batista, Dr. B's theories. Not a number, huh? Update coming soon. Yeah, it's just kind of like a gap, kind of. So 1, 2, 4, 10, 20, 40, 100. So 200, right? See? Beautiful, beautiful. We're running through it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 -2s here. 1, 4, 7, 12. Is going up by 3, up by 3, up by 5. Oh, but they don't have an 8 and a 9. So I guess shift it by 2, right? So it would be 10, but we shift by 2, so it'd be 12. And -2, -2. I'm assuming that the 2 -2s is like a bigger gap. So like this would be one section, this would be another section. I think that makes sense. We have 10, 6, 4. 10, 6, 4. Down by 4. Oh, but there is no 8 and 9. Right? So let's think about this. If we shift this by 2, let's pretend this is 8, basically. So 8 minus 2 is 6, minus 2 is 4, so minus 2 is 2. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, new compiler update. You mind explaining? We can now name signals. Sub-zero signals? Yes. Anything below 0 is marked as a word. They didn't seem to function as numbers. You can input the words as well, and it will convert to numerical signals. Wait, what? I'm assuming that means if we named signal -2 apple, if we try to type apple in the console, it'll convert to a -2 frequency. Got it. Yep. Thank you, Dr. Batista. Yes, and now, so if we name this gap, that and recompile. Beautiful. So now we're not distracted by the numbers. 0, 0, 0, 0, gap, gap. So that must be, so this, I guess the zeros are just kind of random. So 1, 3, 5, so must be 7, right? Okay, nice. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Oh, this is what is this? Where you add the 1 before, right? So like, what's 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. What's 3 plus 2 is 5. But it's what is this? I think it's Fibonacci sequence, right? Fibonacci sequence. So 5 plus 3 is 8, but you shift it by 2, so it's 10, right? So 10 plus 5. Let's see, because it would be 15, but does that still work with their numbers? It's either 15, or if it was an 8, right? Because then it would be 8 plus 5 is 13. Well, let's try 15 first, let's see. Okay, so that did work. Interesting. I'll have to think about that with their numbers, the 8 thing. Name signal -5. So let's see what -5 does. So 2 gap 3 equals 5. That equals maybe? Like 2 and 3 plus? Like gap gap 6 gap 1. 7. Like adding, right? The addition. Try that out. So 2 gap 3. We're doing addition. 5. 6 gap 1. Addition is 7. So let's see if that holds out. Let's see if that's true. It'll be 5, right? Yeah. Okay, nice, not bad. Another new one, okay. How's the dictionary compiling thing work? Could you clarify, just in case Collins or Dr. B's are confused? Not confused, Dr. B's, are you confused? No, it's pretty obvious. Sounds they understand it just fine. These words coming from the meteorite? No. The extraterrestrials speak no human language. We're just receiving the waves from the meteor, each at different frequencies. Dictionary just helps us define the signals on our end. Or when we find consistent non-numerical uses for a signal. Makes sense. Glad I clarified for everyone. For everyone, right. Yeah, so we are still getting that long signal, the 140 whatever, but we're just representing a -2 off that signal as a word. So let's see, 5 gap 2, we're adding those together, is 7. What did -4? That just maybe equals, maybe? Equals? Do they have something to say about that? Equals, I like it. As do I. It's been consistent so far. Could shorten it to just equal sign if you desire. Some symbols are permitted in the dictionary. Thank you, Dr. Batista. Okay, so let's try that then. Try just an equal sign. Fine. Clean symbol use. Equal sign. Nice and simple. I'm a big fan of simple. What a surprise. A simpleton prefers simple. Sorry, what was that? Didn't catch that, but it sounded sassy. It was not. It was pretty sassy. Thanks for keeping them honest, Collins. So in which case, let's go back. Make this a plus then, maybe? Yeah, okay. See what that looks like, too. A plus sign. Clean. Okay, so 5, gap 2. But they put the plus afterwards, which is kind of interesting, instead of between the numbers. So they'll give you the 2 numbers and then the operation. Then equals 7. That makes sense. And then 3 plus 2 is 5. So 1 plus 3 is 4. Let's try that. Nice. Okay. Alright, so 5. Are they just... oh, so this is just in reverse now. 5 equals 3 and 2 plus. That makes sense. So 4 plus 4 is 8. Oh, but they don't have an 8, do they? I knew this would not work. 8 does not exist. Now the aliens hate you, Dr. Bees, and you too, hackers. What? No, don't say that. I don't want to be abducted. Batista, don't scare him. He's joking, I know. That's right. They don't have an 8, so this would be 10, right? Yes, okay. Hey, Collins, you seem like you're mulling something over. What's on your mind? The whole no 8s or 9s rule is arbitrary, right? It's just how the extraterrestrials are choosing to form numbers. Right, so why? Why did they settle on 0 through 7? Interesting. I'll join you on the mulling. It is interesting. I mean, not like base 10 is really based on much either, right? Because something with, in ancient times, somebody had base 12 system, which is what we base time on, base 12. And then, I'm sure there's been other base systems around different numbers throughout the years. You know, random civilizations decide on random numbers. Okay, let's go back to this. So 1 gap 0. So this is a longer operation. Well, because of how the symbols work, I think it's easier to go bottom to top. So 3 plus 0 is 3. Plus 1, 4. Okay, that's correct. So 5 plus 3, 8. Plus 1 is 9. But they don't have an 8 and 9. You shift it 2, so it becomes 11. That makes sense. So 4 plus 3, 7. Plus 2, 9. Plus 1 is 10. But let's shift it 2, and that becomes 12. Beautiful. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Why do they do addition backwards? But add-end operation, then result. Yeah, that's interesting. Backwards. Remember, Dr. Ackers, what's backward for you might be normal to something else. But math is universal. It's the same everywhere. The math is the same, not the syntax. I guess. But we're still going to need some getting used to. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I guess there's nothing saying it doesn't really have to be this way. It's just something to keep in mind. Okay, so 2 gap 3 something equals 6. So it's got to be times. times. Well, let's do, since we're using the symbols, let's star? What does it say about it? Star sign, clean, I approve. Okay, so 2. Sorry, let's do bottom from top. That makes more sense for some reason in my brain. So 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. 5 times 1 is 5. Hey, the aliens are keeping it easy for us. They're keeping it easy. Okay. 5 times 2, 10. But let's remember, they don't have an 8 nor a 9. Would that really be 12? Right? Let me think about this. 5 times 2, 10. Is it 10 or 12? Let's try 10. Let's try 10 first. Oh, so it is 12. Okay. Yeah, that 8 and 9, we'll have to keep in mind. 8 and 9. I have a thought. Glad to hear. Now, what is it? About the aliens? Base 8 number system. Base 8. A few years back, psychologist George Miller researched what humans can cognitively handle, asking how many objects we can mentally juggle simultaneously. He found a magic number. The number is 8? Nope. It's 7. More or less. So much for your theory. Sorry, Collins. No, the number 7 applies to humans. You're thinking the rule applies to these aliens, but for the number 8. Exactly. Perhaps they conceptualized 8 concepts at once. They made the assumption that whatever or whoever would receive this message would process information similarly. Interesting. That's true. I'm sure there would be a whole field of alien psychology out there once people got their hands on this. Let's see. So, okay, we got a long equation here. Let's keep up with our theme of bottom to top. So 1 times 1 is 1. Plus 2 is 3. Times 3 is 9. Plus 2 is 10, 11. But let's shift it by 2, right? So it'd really be 13. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, the base 8 is going to be interesting to keep in mind, but let's keep going. So, 3 plus 2 equals 1, 4. 1 and 4. What are they looking for? I guess just 2, 3. I guess just a plus, right? Because 1, so 4 plus 1 would be 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. Let's try that. Nice. Okay. 3 plus 3 is 6. Okay, so we're doing similar thing. Making equivalent equations here. Nice. And boom. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. So that's week 2 down. See what Douglas Doppler has to say. Where's Batista? Being a square, I reckon. He's working on the computer, programming something. Sounds like him. Anyways, where are we? It's been our second week of decoding. We're moving along with this thing. You learn why they sent this? They have any technology to share? Tell me you have something. Yes, sir, we do. Quite a huge breakthrough already. All ears, Dr. Collins. We have established how to write numbers. Oh, that's alright. Hey, what are this guy's expectations? It's been 2 weeks. Let's see. I'll adjust my expectations moving forward. Yeah, exactly. No, this is much more exciting than you realize. They format numbers in base 8. Base 8. They count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 10. But 10 isn't really quote-unquote 10. 10 represents the value of 8. Annoying. I don't understand it that well myself, but the implications are what inspire me. I'm listening. Why do the aliens use base 8 to represent numbers? What does that say about their species? I'll have to think on that. Great work, you four. It's been another good week of progress. Head home, get some sleep, and that goes for Batista, too. Tell him it's in order. Got it. I look forward to all the progress. And one last thing, Dop. I've got a request. The team is investigating the meteorite itself, correct? Do you think we could perchance take a look at... And trails off. Okay. Nice week 2. Solid week 2. So 15 transmissions. We learned 4 quote-unquote words. Of course, we're using symbols, but words nonetheless. So we have gap, plus, equals, and multiply. So we did format numbers and math operations. Not bad, not bad. I think we'll go ahead and end this here. But when we come back, we'll take a look at the next act and see if we can't learn a few more numbers. In fact, let me just go forward a little bit more for, yeah, the journal entries. All right, so Alan says, status great. This is a weird project. Haven't been a part of anything like it, but I think I'm getting by and pulling my weight. Batista says, I only wish the computer interfaces supported color. Oh well. That's true. It is the 70s. Probably all monochrome, maybe green, maybe orange. Orangey brownish, kind of. Let's see. Carrie says, Dear Diary, I've organized the 24 transmissions we've encountered into 3 groups of interest. An introduction. Dr. Batista insisted I title this Hello World. I imagine it is the aliens saying hello to our world. Formatting numbers and arithmetic operations. I can already see this will be unlike any linguistic analysis I've conducted before. Yeah, so far we haven't even had any language per se to interpret, but we'll have to see. Let's see. 2 weeks in. Oh, this is Doug Doppler. 2 weeks in, and I'm expecting the translation teams crack their language. Yeah, these expectations were pretty high. I mean, I don't even know if we could do that with a. We had another human language suddenly appear if we could translate it in 2 weeks. It's best I bury myself in the material side of the investigation, and the Dr. Ackers, gee, he's a funny one. He's already put in for a favor, asking if I could grab a fragment of the meteorite for him. I suppose it's the least I could do. This team may have a long journey ahead of them. Yeah, true. Let's see. What would Dr. Bees say? I think bees. I think he would say bees. Your colleagues have some ideas for what these signals mean. View the hypotheses inside each entry in the dictionary. Hey, interesting. We'll have to take a look at that. So yeah, come back next time. We'll take a deeper look at week 3 and see if we can't learn more numbers. And see y'all on the flip side.